Picture, we're going to see a few clouds during the overnight hours. That'll hold our temperature up just slightly. At least it'll be not quite as cold as it was last night. So it'll hold the temperature up just a little bit. It's still going to be cold, 32, 35. And then what else is going on? Well, the next storm is taking shape. You can see it take shape over Southern California. They're getting a lot of mudslides in Malibu right now because of all the vegetation, all the weeds and brush have been burned off, and there's nothing to hold the water. So they've got all kinds of flooding events going on, all kinds of flooding going on into that area. Lots and lots of mudslides going on. Next storm is taking shape. It's going to get here really by Sunday. So it's all the way to California right now, Southern California. Here's where things are between now and Saturday evening with a short-term version of Future Track. Temperatures 34 to 39 degrees at midnight and dropping to about 30, 35 degrees during the overnight hours. We'll see a lot of cloud cover, then we'll clear off toward dawn. Lots of sunshine for the day tomorrow. This is going 43, 44. I'm going 46 for a high temperature during the day coming up for tomorrow. It's a couple of degrees warmer anyway, degree or two warmer into the area, and not too terribly much wind. A lot of sunshine for the day tomorrow. Now we get into Saturday. Something's going on. And that something is that storm system over California is getting closer. By this point, it's made its way to about New Orleans or east of New Orleans along the Gulf Coast, and then it'll swing to the southeast of Cape Hatteras coming up on Sunday and Monday. Here's where things are by Saturday afternoon, 42 for a high. Yep, I think that's going to be the case. It's going to be a cool day, but it's going to be rain-free, so get out and enjoy the day coming up for the afternoon on Saturday, and really even into Saturday night it looks fine. It's when we get to the middle of the day coming up on Sunday that we start seeing some rain for the most part on into the area. Here's where things are by Sunday morning at 7, 12-mile-an-hour winds. Winds are increasing a little bit, 37, 38 degrees. We move on into the day. By 11 o'clock, we're seeing some rainfall into most of the Hampton Road cities. Now, farther to the west, there could be a little bit of a mixture, according to this, from Franklin on westward, and then it starts turning into all snow well westward of our area. However, by 4 o'clock, it's kind of on even into about Denby, perhaps Lee Hall, on up into Williamsburg, seeing some possibility of some solid snow. In Gloucester Point, Gloucester Courthouse, perhaps seeing a little bit of a mixture as well. But as the evening hours come along, we see a stronger wind, 40 miles an hour. It's coming in off the water, and that's going to turn everything over into all rainfall for the area. Here's where things are at 4 o'clock in the morning. On to 7 o'clock in the morning. Still a strong wind to start the day. We could even see some tidal flooding coming up, by the way, on Sunday night toward midnight. So we'll want to watch for that carefully. And then by Monday at 1 o'clock, the rain is about gone for Virginia. And then it's gone after that, coming up for North Carolina. And then the wind's back off for the day coming up on Tuesday. So lots and lots of stuff going on from Sunday around 10 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock in the morning, on through Monday into the early afternoon. Now, here's a different forecast model. This is called the GFS, the American Forecast Model. And remember that it took until about 10, 11 o'clock to see rainfall this far northward on up into the Hampton Road cities. Now, remember that it had a mixture beginning at Franklin. Now it's got a little bit west of Franklin with this one, and beginning toward the Emporia area, but it stays to the west during the day. You'll note it touched into Williamsburg with a little bit of a mixture for a time early in the afternoon, but by 3 o'clock it's 40, 45, and we've got some wind out of the area into the area as well. 33-mile-an-hour winds. That's not as strong as the other one, the other forecast model, the Euro, but nonetheless they match up pretty closely. The only difference being is that the Euro takes a little bit of snow into the Williamsburg area, perhaps Denby, perhaps toward Gloucester Courthouse as well for a time during the late afternoon hours. But they both back that snow off to the northwest during the overnight hours, and it's still windy, but not as windy with this one. And this one has got the rainfall coming to an end, possibly as a little bit of a mixture at times, fairly early in the day coming up on Monday, whereas the Euro had it a little bit later on in the morning, but still ending it fairly early in the day. So that's where we are, and then Tuesday it's all done with. So what do we end up with out of this? If either one of these comes true, it looks like it'll be all rain here, and really mostly rain here in the pink or in this little bit more purple color. Begins as a little bit of a wintry mix coming up on Sunday during the day, and then it ends as a wintry mix coming up on Monday morning. But if it's a wintry mix, we just end up with wet streets. So again, I think we're going to be fine out of this. These areas areas well inland, there could be some accumulating snow from I-95 in the Emporia area on westward. Cool on Friday, cold on Saturday, really cool all three, and really into Sunday as well. And we'll see that rain could begin as a little bit of a mix, but get out if you have to get out and drive around, because again, it doesn't look like it'll be sticking snow, whatsoever. It'll be rather windy late in the day, through the nighttime hours, and into the first part of the day on Monday. It could end as a little bit of a wintry mix when it ends in the morning coming up on Monday, and then the skies clear off for Tuesday, warming up a little for Wednesday. Finally, around 50 degrees. We'll break 50 coming up by next Thursday.